If you're ever swimming along Barton Springs in Austin, Texas, you will definitely come across a small head poking up out of the water. Most of the time, it identifies as a red-eared slider, a turtle native very common to Austin, Texas. My name is Evelyn Chambers, and I'm a frequent swimmer at the Barton Creek Springs natural pool. I love to identify and observe all wildlife found there. My favorite has to be the red-eared slider turtle. If you plan on visiting, it is important to know which turtle you might come across, because if you get unlucky and don't know what you are seeing, it might be a snapping turtle. These turtles are very important to the city's ecosystem, ecology, and conservation awareness. These species are very versatile. They are omnivores that also compete for resources and mimic the ecological functions of native species in Austin's waterways, such as Lady Bird Lake and Barton Creek. These species are very important to the ecosystem. They are adaptable omnivores, which means that they can thrive in various environments and consume a wide range of food sources, making them very resilient inhabitants of Austin waterways. Their adaptability means that they can survive and reproduce well in urban areas like Austin, where habitats might be altered or have specialized food sources compared to pristine natural areas. They can take advantage of whatever food is available in ponds and lakes. They influence local food webs and biodiversity as resource competitors and ecological analogs. Their presence, alters the existence of ecological balance by affecting what other species eat and how the ecosystem functions. According to Springer.com, ecological analogs mean that they can take on roles similar how natives and non-native species act. Okay. Essentially, their large numbers and varied diet mean that they play a significant role in shaping who eats what and who thrives in the ponds and lakes of Austin. These turtles are a symbol of urban wildlife. Their ability to thrive in urban waterways might make them symbolic of nature's persistence, even in well-developed areas, representing a connection to the wild within the city. Their importance in Austin's ecology. Because they're so commonly found, it makes them a familiar part of the scenery for people that are frequently visiting or doing outdoor activities such as walking, kayaking, or picnicking, which connects them to the everyday experiences for Austin's natural spaces. For many Austinites, these turtles are an accessible example of local wildlife. Seeing them can foster connection to nature with urban environments, potentially contributing to local identity and appreciation for the natural world that coexists within the city. By being present and impactful in the local environment, they become a focal point in conversation about wildlife and potentially the broader topic of turtles and their conservation. Okay. These turtles' role in raising awareness for conservation. These species have a very heavy presence in Austin and the local ecosystems. This distinction can prompt questions and discussions about native species versus introduced new ones, and the impact of non-native turtles, and discussions on the new introduced non-native turtles, and the impact that they make on the local biodiversity. This can lead to broader awareness about the importance of protecting native turtle populations and managing invasive ones. Because they're so adaptable, they're commonly found, and Austin regulars see this, and the regular exposure to these turtles can often prompt questions and lead to more conversations about these turtles. According to the Nature Conservation Pensoft, people become more aware, and it gets talked about more, and it gets brought up in journalism around the area, and maybe it will end up in newspapers and websites for people to freely see. Once people notice these sliders, they might become more curious also and want to learn more, which also will then leading to the websites and the newspapers, which will also boost the conservation efforts, which is also a very good thing. So for my conclusion, these red ear sliders are important for all these factual information that I've provided, and they're so adaptable, and they're omnivores, and they're resource competitors, which all these things all go into one main role in the ecosystem, in the ecological ways. And their common presence in these urban waterways also makes them a visual part of the local landscape, potentially raising public awareness about aquatic wildlife and conservation. So, knowing all of this information, hopefully you see an importance of these turtles and are now able to teach the people around you. Next time you're out and about on Barton Creek, you can teach them about these turtles that are poking their heads out of the water, and how you and what you can do to save them, and just teaching them about the culture and how they're involved in Austin. Thank you.